Today, I'm going to show you 4 more of my favorite Chrome extensions. I've done a video in the past with some of my favorite Chrome extensions, and there's always new Chrome extensions coming out. So here's another video with 4 more that I really rely on almost every day. Now, what is a Chrome extension? A Chrome extension adds capabilities to the Chrome browser. They can't make the browser do everything at once, or it'd just be this huge convoluted mess. It'd be this huge convoluted mess. It would just be a bear trying to get it to do everything that you want to do. So most browsers allow you to add extensions so you can just add the functionality that you require. So we're going to look at my 4 favorite extensions. First one is Extensity. Extensity? What it does is gives you a drop down in the toolbar so you can turn on and off extensions. If you like to play around with extensions, or sometimes when you're troubleshooting a website that just isn't working right, one of the troubleshooting techniques is to go in and turn off extensions that you don't want to use. Well, to turn off extensions, it's kind of a pain because you have to click on the 3-dot menu, go to More Tools, go to Extensions, and then from there you can turn off extensions or not. Well, Extensity adds an icon in your toolbar that lets you turn on and off extensions right from there. So I'm going to add it to Chrome. To add an extension, I guess I should cover this. To add an extension, visit the extension page and click the Add to Chrome button. If you're signed in, then all your extensions will follow you to every Chrome browser that you're signed into. So I will add Extensity to Google Chrome, and it tells me what it'll do. Okay, now, if you saw my other video, as soon as I click off of this, see it says I've been added to Chrome, and see it's got that little yin-yang symbol. As soon as I click off of this, it disappears because Google, in their infinite wisdom, decided you didn't want all these icons in your toolbar, so we're just going to hide them on install, and then you have to turn them on. To turn it back on, click on the puzzle piece, go down and find the one we just installed. There it is, and click the pin. And that will make it show back up. Once it's up here, we can drag it around if we want. Using Extensity. Click on it, and it shows you all of your extensions. And these Chrome apps only pertain to Chromebooks right now, and you can turn them off and on. We're not going to get into that. We're just going to worry about the extensions up here. I have my Create Link extension, which is another one of my favorite ones. If I click on it here, it's going to be turned off, and you notice it disappeared. I can turn it back on. I can do that for any of these. So if I'm not using this tabs outliner, I can turn it off. If you block Origin, which we're going to talk about here in a second, if that's causing issues, I can turn it off. So just clicking on them turns them off, and they're out of the way. Click on them again, lets me turn them back on. It has other features here. We can jump right to the extensions. Oops. You can have different profiles. We're not going to get into that, but that'd be a whole nother video, where you can make different profiles to use different extensions depending on what you're working on. I never use those. I just go in and turn off or on the extension that I want to use. So that's Extensity. I just like saying that. uBlock Origin. I've already installed this. This hides your ads when you're browsing the web. If I go to a site that has a ton of ads on it, there's not a whole lot of ads on here, are there? In fact, I don't see any ads. It works great. It takes care of ads on YouTube. You don't see those when you go to YouTube. I don't know how people browse the web without some sort of ad blocker. Very, very helpful. And I need to pin that so you can see it, because some sites, so on our news.com, there are 24 ads blocked. Some sites you'll have to hit this big power button to turn it off, and now it's gone. And then this button here will reload the page. Now, I'm on my home network, so some ads will be blocked, but this ad right here was not on there before when I had it turned on. Neither was this ad. So let me turn that back on just so you can see that that ad there's gone, and that Ember ad, I don't even know what that's, that coffee thing, is gone too. So uBlock Origin is a great ad blocker. I run it almost everywhere. On sites that you want to support, you can turn it off and it will remember it to be off. So if I turned it off on news, on cnet.com here, the news, if I turned it off there and came back to it later, it would still be off. So sites that you want to support that have ads, you can leave it off for those sites, but turn it on for others. Also, when you visit a site, Business Insider is one. Okay, it's not giving me. Sometimes Business Insider, when you want to read a article, will pop up a big box in the middle saying, please turn off your ad blocker. So that's why you want to turn that on in your toolbar so you can easily turn it off and on in case you have issues with the site. If you have issues with the site, that's one of the first extensions to turn off. You don't have to use Extensity to turn it off because you can just click on it and turn it off. But it will cause problems with sites, so you just have to be aware of that. Most of the time, I don't have a problem. Very rarely do I, but maybe once a month, I'll be on a site that I have to turn it off. So just click it and you can turn it off for the site. Next extension is Mercury Reader. This is a good one to tell your students about. It'll take a site like this with this article, and if this site's pretty clean. Auto playing video ads are evil. They're just evil. So a lot of these sites look pretty good, but the Mercury Reader, that extension, will clean up the site, take away all the garbage, and just show you the content. So I'm going to give you an example of what that looks like. Okay, Mercury Reader has been added to Chrome. I hit the plus, I hit the X, it goes away. So I have to hit the puzzle piece and then go turn it back on. Or pin it so it'll be up there. I can be on a site, see this annoying video starts playing. I can click Mercury Reader. First time you have to say, okay. And it takes away all of that stuff and puts the whole web page right there. There's no footer stuff. There's no header. It's just the content. I use it a lot. You might have a browser that has it built in. See, here's reader mode that's built into Chrome. But I prefer this Mercury Reader for some reason. I don't know why. But both of these will take away a lot of stuff and just give you the content. This works really well if you have a web page that you are going to share with your students, maybe print them out. It gives you a nicer looking copy when you print them out. That's Mercury Reader. And my last, and almost my favorite for right now, because, you know, I always have new stuff coming out. Clipboard History Pro. Having a multiple item clipboard is one of the most useful productivity hacks that you can do. What this does is it saves everything that you copy to the clipboard, and then you can paste that from the clipboard later on. Let me show you how that works. Let's add it. Add extension. And it's added. Oh, there it is. I wanted you to stay, but no, it goes away. So we have to pin it. Now I have one item in there. Yeah, we're going to skip all that. The last thing I copied, that's what's in my clipboard. I copied that URL. As I copy items, so we will go to this article. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to use the right click just so you can see me copy. And I'm going to copy this. Now, normally, that first item I copied, the subheading for this article, would be lost forever because your clipboard only holds one item at a time. But with Clipboard History Pro, it can hold multiple items. And when I go up here, look, there's a 3 on it. It has this link that was already in the clipboard. That's the first thing I copied to the clipboard. And here's the third thing I copied to the clipboard. And I can copy another thing. Now there's 4 items in there, and there's the last piece I copied. So if I want to go back to this, I can click on that and paste it up here, and it's there out of the clipboard. So clipboard on your computer, when you do a copy, only holds one item. With Clipboard History Pro, it can hold multiple items. It can You can favorite items. So if there are some things that you use all the time, you can favorite them and go back to them. You can search past items. You can also limit how long it keeps items. So these are just all the settings that you can do. You can back up your history items. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff. They have the Pro feature, but you can do a lot with just the free version. Works really well. If I'm on a Chromebook, this is what I use for my clipboard manager. If I'm on my Windows machine, I will use a different app, and on a Mac, I'd use a different app. But if I don't have access to those two things, I'll use Clipboard History Pro and keep track of it, because it is just a great way to increase your productivity, being able to store multiple items in your clipboard at once. And that's it for today. Hopefully one of these extensions will do what you need it to do. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my website at educate.me. Stay classic.